Morning and welcome to the shop. We're going to see today if we can actually get a piece of wood up on the lathe and then see if we can turn it into a ring for a friend of mine. And he's actually wanting the Triforce symbol etched into it somehow on this thing. So going to see if we can't go ahead and get that done. Alright, I went ahead and just made me a little slot in my little block here on my faceplate to where this would fit down inside of it, and then carved me out a hole there 3/4 of an inch wide, which is a little smaller than what we actually need it to be, but it should fit just to leave it a little proud for the sanding and everything like that, get it nice and smooth down in there. But now what I'm fixing to do is I'm gonna have to square off this edge, because I don't know if you can see it from over there, but it's smaller, it's in over here and it's sticking out over here. So I'm just gonna have to square that up. And yeah, I've got it held on here with hot glue again. Hopefully with this small of a piece it won't come flying off like the big chunk did last time, which it shouldn't. I got my tool rest set up over here kind of close because I'm going to have to be doing real light, real small, fine touches over here on this side. And I actually have not figured out how far down I actually need to take this right off. But, it's just the first time, it's an experiment. We'll see what happens when we get to it. Oh, and after the video from the beer mug the last time, I noticed when this thing started running, it was just horribly shaky in the video. So even with the tripod and everything set up and me trying to move it around and all that. So this time I made a little table, which just means that I drug my drill press over beside the lathe and stuck y'all up on it. So hopefully it's not shaking all to hell this time. See if I can't get it down just to something of a size after I get this end squared off here. Over my gouge. I'm wanting to make real light, real small, fine cuts, but I haven't been real good at that so far, so let's see how this works out. I think that thickness will actually work. I want to go in about right here. See what that came up like. Oh, they came up beautiful on the outside. Some of that dust out of the inside. It might be a little thicker out here towards the edge than it actually is down in here towards the middle. But, alright, let's get it parted off here to see what happens, how it looks. There's a hummingbird directly in my garage looking at me like, you haven't refilled the feeders yet, you asshole. Sorry, trying to keep this family friendly, but okay. You haven't filled up the feeders yet. I'll get to it in a minute. Leave me alone. Alright, now, the last time I went to part something off that was hollow, it decided that it was going to explode. I mean, pieces of it just went everywhere. So hopefully, with this being a much harder wood and much stronger wood than the cedar, it doesn't happen. But just in case, definitely wearing my face mask, my gloves, and I'm going to be standing back over here behind this thing while I'm turning it, just in case it does decide to go violently. I'm not in the way. Well, it definitely didn't explode. Now I just got to figure out where in the world it rolled to here in my shop. There you are. Okay, let me come around there where I can actually back up a little bit here. Will you focus on that? There we go. A little burn mark on the inside ring there, but I think all in all it's actually pretty good. It is a little thinner than what I wanted it to, but we'll see how it works out. Some hand sanding on this side just to round it out and smooth up them edges, and we ought to be good. Moved over here where hopefully the lighting's a little bit better, and we'll see if we can't smooth up that rough edge here. So just going to start off with the pretty much the same piece of 120 grit that I had over there at the lathe. Alright, all sanded up again on the inside and the outside. And thankfully, it does fit. It's a good thing that the guy I'm making this for is actually has the same ring size as me on my right hand. So, alright, I'm actually burning the design into this ring to be kind of the center point. So I've got it mounted up here in my bench vise, just lightly holding on to it because I don't want to smash it and have to re-sand it down trying to get grooves out of it that I put in because I tightened the bench vise down too much. But I do not have a wood burner, so I don't know if y'all can actually see this. See if it'll actually focus here. Kind of. But I have taken... Yeah, y'all can't see that. But I took this piece of wire and I used my whetstone and flattened down the one end, and then went down and made me some edges on here to actually make me some triangles. To actually make me a triangle on here. So now, let's see if I can actually just use my lighter and get this thing hot enough to see if I can actually get it to burn into this wood without burning me or setting my shop on fire. Not a bit. Alright, so I guess back to the drawing board on that one. I wonder if my torch will work. I found myself in a bit of a predicament on this one, because when I need the tool that I need, which would be a wood burning kit or anything like that, I do not have. So, need a tool, make a tool. I got a piece of this is actually an old, one of those real long drill bits that I actually broke a couple of years ago now. I just saved onto the end of it because I actually took the end of it and used it to test out my forge that I made outside, and it actually did work. So now I'm just going to take the end of it and see if I can't file it down a little bit and get it to where I actually can use this thing for what I need to use it for. So actually I need to, yeah. We'll do it by hand, see how it works. If not, go to the grinder, cut it off. Alright guys, made my little tool, little branding iron. Let's see if you can see that. There we are. I'll get it flipped over the right way for you. Just got me a little triangle cut in the end of it. Yeah, I know my hand shakes like hell. But I actually went in, cut it all out to the size with a hacksaw, and then filed it all down all the way around it out of there. Just got me a little mark so I know which way the point sticks up, and drew on there just to say, hey, it's a triangle. Or whatever in the hell that actually looks like. But that's a triangle. So we're going to heat it up and see what comes out of it. That looks better, but need to go over it again just to make it look just as good as we can. Well, crap, that one was way the hell off. Alright. That does not exactly look like it's supposed to. It's a little bit off, but it's not much off. I'll see. I'll see how it looks after some cleaning up, and then see if we're going to go with it or if we have to start all over again. I thought about it for, well, actually just a few seconds, and after looking at it and going over and seeing where the screw up is, because that side doesn't line up, that side does line up, and then the little holes that are in the middle of it, I think I need to start all over again from scratch. So, back to the lathe. Alright, got another one made up, so let's see if we can't get it to work this time. I actually made this one a little bit wider, and I'm going to see if I can't get it to line up right this time before I actually press it down in there. Might be a good idea, huh? That turned out to be a handy little thing I made. See if we can't get some that strip go? There you are. See if we can't just clean up around the edges on this a little bit. That one turned out much better. Much better. I'll clean up that bottom edge just a little bit more. But now, time to mix up some epoxy and dip this thing down in it. Alright everybody, through some trials and tribulations on this one and trying to get everything worked out on it and everything like that, but there it is. All finished, got a coat of epoxy on the outside of it, make it a little stronger, with hopefully we'll be able to withhold some actual use and abuse and some wear and tear on this thing. But I know you can't really see it right here because the lighting is crap out here in my shop today, because it's definitely need to get some lighting, but I don't have any, and it's an overcast day if you can't tell by looking out the window, which you probably can't. But anyway, if you like seeing me go through and make this, want to see some more projects, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button down there at the bottom, and we'll see you next time.